Brah, I'm talking to you. Yes, I'm talking to you. You! Yes, you! I'm talking to you, Atlas. Nobody asked for this friggin' game. So as you guys may know already, Atlas did announce there is going to be a Persona game coming to the Nintendo Switch, but of course they don't want to listen to fans, of course. So of course we're not going to be getting any of the mainline Persona games. A lot of people were expecting Persona 5 to be on the Nintendo Switch just because Joker is in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so you would think that Atlas and Nintendo would have a good relationship, and they actually do have a good relationship. There's been a lot of those Persona Q and a lot of those Persona spin-offs on the 3DS and the DS, so of course it would make sense that maybe they would want to put Persona 5 on the Nintendo Switch, but no, they don't want to listen to fans, and apparently Atlas just does not want money. Of course, if they put Persona 5 on the Nintendo Switch in any form, whether it's the upcoming Persona 5 with more content, or whether it's the base game that came out in the West in 2017 on the Nintendo Switch, that thing would sell like hotcakes on the Nintendo Switch, and it would pretty much print free money for Atlas, so it's kind of like a no-brainer, but I guess Atlas just does not want money, and in this case, we are going to be getting Persona 5 Scramble coming to the Nintendo Switch. Now, what is Persona 5 Scramble? Now, Persona 5 Scramble is pretty much the Dynasty Warriors games, or the Musou games, pretty much with a skin over it, so this time we're talking about the Persona world, and we're talking about that world. If you haven't played a Dynasty Warriors game in your life, Dynasty Warriors games are literally trash. Of course, I'm exaggerating here, but they're not amazing games, and I have played them recently like this. I wanted to show you this, excuse me. I do have Hyrule Warriors for the Nintendo Switch, and I also played Fire Emblem Warriors on the Nintendo Switch, and these games are just not for me. Basically, all you do in these games is you take your hand, you take your two fingers, and you go like this, bump, 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 bump. That's right, you pretty much button mash in these type of games, and these games get very repetitive and very stale very fast, and oh my god, I just do not know why Atlas and Koei Tecmo teamed up to make this game. This game seems like nobody asked for this game. Do you think PS4 owners asked for this game? Honestly, I don't think any PS4 owner asked for this game because they already have a whole bunch of different Dynasty Warriors games on the PS4, and Nintendo Switch owners sure as hell did not ask for this game. We have things like, of course, Hyrule Warriors, Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors, Pirate Warriors. You can see we already have a lot of other options when it comes to these Dynasty Warriors-esque games. There's already a lot to choose from. I'm pretty sure if you sat down in a room and said, what do you want on the Nintendo Switch? Do you want a Persona mainline game, mostly being Persona 5, or do you want some Dynasty Warriors-esque clone with Persona characters? I know the obvious choice for most fans would be Persona 5. Persona 5 would make so much sense on the Nintendo Switch, and especially that game is a super big game with so much to do. I know my first playthrough took me 90 to 100 hours to beat that game, and that wasn't even doing everything in the game. That would make perfect sense on the Nintendo Switch. You can take that on the go and you can play in bite-sized chunks. That would definitely make sense. And some people just can't sit down in front of a TV for long periods of time and spend a lot of time playing Persona 5. So to have it on the Switch would have been amazing. But no, of course, there's always these. It's always like once in a while with these companies, whether we're talking about Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, they like doing all these weird, bizarre things that really throw off fans and really piss off people. And this is one instance that Atlas, in my opinion, is actually pissing off the fans. I don't think anybody asked for this game. Why would anybody ask for Persona 5 meets Dynasty Warriors? It just doesn't make sense with how many of these games are already out on the market, and the Nintendo Switch, of course, just does not have a Persona game, so to put Persona 5 or any of the mainline Persona games on the Nintendo Switch would have made sense, and a lot of fans would have been happy. Are fans still going to buy this game? Yes, fans are still going to buy this game. I can bet your bottom dollar on this. I don't know how many people are going to be buying this game, but I do know for a factor, at least with sales of something like Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors, they are for a niche, whatever you want to call it, pretty much a specific type of gamer. They're not for every single type of gamer, since these games are so repetitive in nature and they're just pretty much button mashing for hours on end. I know a lot of people like that formula, but for me personally, it just drives me insane, and I just can't keep playing these games for a very long time, and ultimately I'm not going to be buying Persona 5 Scramble on the Nintendo Switch or the PS4 because it just does not make sense for me, especially when I already own Hyrule Warriors, I played Fire Emblem Warriors, and it's the same goddamn thing, just with Persona characters, and this just blows my mind. Who freaking asked for this game? Like, seriously, it just does not make sense. It's like Atlas just does not want to listen to the fans and just wants to piss off the fans who are expecting Persona 5 to be on the Nintendo Switch. Will we ever get Persona 5 on the Nintendo Switch? That's really questionable at this point, considering Persona 5 Scramble is coming to the Nintendo Switch. That also means that we have a less chance of any of the mainline Persona games coming to the Nintendo Switch, whether it's Persona 5, Persona 4, Persona 3, whatever Persona game is. It looks like it's almost unlikely that any other Persona game is coming to the Switch, but don't hold that to me. A Persona mainline game could be coming to the Nintendo Switch, but as of right now, we got this stupid ass Persona 5 Scramble game that I'm pretty sure no gamer asked for in this situation. They just pretty much did not listen to the fans and did a 180, and it just blows my mind on this, and it actually freaking kind of makes me mad on this situation. Would I have bought Persona 5 on the Nintendo Switch if it actually came out on the Nintendo Switch? I'm going to be really honest with you guys. Most likely I would not buy it, not because it's not a good game. You have to realize I've already played Persona 5. I didn't do everything in the game. I only spent about 100 hours, and that was just scratching the surface of the main story, not doing everything in the game. If you were to do everything in Persona 5, it would easily be well over 100 hours, maybe even close to 200 hours. There's that much content in Persona, so maybe I would rebuy it on the Nintendo Switch just to play some of that extra content or do a lot of other stuff I did not do in the game. But usually when you play Persona games are like a one and done type deal because they're very story based and it's just a one trick pony. Basically, you play it one time and you call it a day for the Persona games. But man, it would have made sense for Atlas to put Persona 5 on the Nintendo Switch, and for the Nintendo Switch sales, it would have skyrocketed the Nintendo Switch sales as well to pick up the Nintendo Switch just for Persona 5 to take that game on the go. But slap in the face, Atlas. Freaking slap in the face to gamers worldwide who wanted Persona 5 on the Nintendo Switch. This is Wayne from My Tech News, signing out.